Tezenkeba Kyunacha, Nanda Kuma Chodo So, Ishi Kyazo Seki Limbut, Taba Jigne Sunya Lame, Gumbu Chigne Kyunacha, Sendo Dema Chimenda Ishi, Sendo Dra Kyunacha, Turi Sivasinachi, Nyami Chujun Chola Cha Zelo, Tobe Rawanam Sejin, Sapchin Gaji Kumawa, Kundo Sambo Yese, Kunya Chola Cha Zelo, Malaysian Kunye Kunye Jin, Dide Ponze Mese Chungela, Mana Malayan Da Kingyu, Chumden Kwaje Nede Jesu Se. Namo Lai Ketan Lodan Jinke, Chanda Lami Kenada, Tamje Ketan Dagi Chedendo. Sangye Chedan Soke Chanamla, Chanjo Bado Dani Jaso Shin, Dagi Chishi Chibi Sumye, Dona Penja Sangye Dogo. Sangye Chedan Soke Chanamla, Chanjo Bado Dani Jaso Dagi Chishi Kive Sumye, Dona Penja Sangye Dogo. Sangye Chedan Soke Chanamla, Chanjo Bado Dani Jaso Dagi Chishi Kive Sumye, Dagi Chushi Chivesunam, Rola Penja Sangye Druva Sho Tenada Gade Gade Para Sangade Bades, Yanda Gade Gade Para Sangade Bades, Yanda Gade Para Sangade Bades Soha. Good evening. So today we try to learn about Buddhist daily life breathing yoga, which is very common and which help us to also meditate more effectively and more powerfully, because nature of relation between the mind and the wind is like coin, two faces of the one coin. So it should be always combination, inseparable. So mind and the wind are inseparable. So when you say wind, it is not the wind that we see around, just not the gross form of wind. It's just a very circular energy. So we talk this, and hopefully, and then we will able to use in our daily life to make our life more healthy, to more emotional well-being, to manage our emotion. Mind and wind energy, because today we're learning the breathing yoga and also meditation through breathing yoga. It's very popular and it's very common, and also common practice. So meditation and yogas are very popular, especially in the metropolitan city like in America, like LA, New York, maybe in the San Francisco. Every corner you will see the yoga studio or a combination of meditation. So people started feeling that breathing yoga, basically yoga and meditation are very effective for a woman's life. As a normal non-believer in Buddhism, they perceive the meditation and yoga as a health. It's a health, part of the health and mental well-being. But Buddhism is beyond that. Why it's more important than just a health? Because our aim and the motivation is to become a Buddha. So to become a Buddha, we need a very good vehicle. Our vehicle, this is a physical body, we consider this as a boat. And in Buddhism, we give this as a boat to cross the suffering ocean, from this suffering ocean to take us to the other shore. That shore is called enlightened state. Or we can say, so to cross this suffering ocean of suffering, we need to use a good boat which can take us to the other shore. So this, our physical body is used this as a boat, very important boat. So to have a very strong boat, we need to take care. That's why our physical body need to be taken care, because that's why one concept in Buddhism, why we call this a precious human life. So it is a part of our taking care of the precious human life. Not because you don't want to sick, you don't want to die, but because if we do not take care of our precious human life, and it's also we negligence the precious opportunity to cross the suffering ocean. Young, we may not have a lot of physical issue, physical health issue, but our mind is a little bit like hyper. It keeps just thinking all the negative and crazy thinking. And what happens as we grow older and older, this way of unhealthy thinking become your habitual pattern, and then it keeps growing and growing, and your physical body slowly degenerated. Every year you have a more issue and more issue and more issue. So what happens, the spiritual point of view, when you're young and your physical body is healthy, so that time is the best thing to take care and train our mind. So we beyond like 50s, then what happens, we started getting our physical body older and older, but our mind we train in this meditation and breathing meditation and other meditation. Then what happens, you can manage your emotion, you can control your emotion, and you control your thoughts. Then what happens, physically even you have a lot of issue like knee pain, back pain, headache, and then chest pain, or maybe you have a kidney little bit problem with your breast, or this or that. But at that time, what happens, mind still become, if you practice this, then your mind become calm and very observant, and it's like always use the logic to overcome with the stress and other emotion that attack you. And then what happens, naturally it helps your physical body to calm down, physical body to relax, and your muscles, everything keep in the natural state. And if you not do that, if you don't build up the skill and capacity to take care of your emotion, so that's why reason why to train your mind when you're young. Right now you supposedly young, fairly young, really. If you take really fairly fairly young to take care of your mind. If we take care every day in our life, normally our purity is taking care of the domestic work, like cleaning your kitchen, preparing the meal, and taking care of the children and all this and that. We have our own purity in our day-to-day life. As a being mother, as being a family, a single mother could be, it's like the mother who is mostly done all the jobs. You have that kind of habit, purity. But if you do not take care of yourself emotionally by learning this kind of technique which Buddha teach you and is available for everybody, we don't need to buy with expensive money. We should use them and learn really seriously, and at least like every day we make sure that we take care of our emotion at least like half an hour. Even you are not good at the beginning, none of us good at the beginning. And then everybody has know something perfectly, learn something, and some of you are good at the computer, some of you are good at the sewing, some of you are good at the nail, some of you are good at the facial, some of you are good at business, some of you are good at taking care of the children. None of you born good at these things, but as you learn the things that you want to do in your life, then you become expert. Same thing over mind and over this taking care of like breathing yogas. You can learn with this. So everything is learnable. Everything can be learned. So what happens? Normally when we talk about the meditation, yoga, and then you think that this is somebody in, like, Indian man or Tibetan monk do this. I cannot do this. We have that mentality. So this need to be gradually changed, because otherwise your mind will block. Oh, I don't want to do this, and then there's no hope. I mean, like this. You should have kind of, oh, when I'm getting first you translate. So why the meditation and breathing is very related? Why? Because this is like bird of two wings. Bird with the two wings. Without these two wings, bird cannot fly. Same thing, breathing and wind and mind is like wind in the tantric, in the advanced Buddhist thoughts and philosophy. Whatever, mind is like man and the wind is like horse. To move the mind, you need to ride on the horse, wind horse. So wind energy, to use this, the reason why, because mind cannot move without any moving energy. So that subtle moving energy is called wind energy. So you see, when you have a heavy breathing or you unpleasant breathing, your mind is already disturbed. When your mind is calm and peaceful, your breath is also calm and peaceful. That's how they are correlated to each other. So what happens normally, and if you have a breathing, control or training, what happens? You train your breath in a peaceful way. Then what happens? It will automatically brings the mind. It's like they bring the mind in the calm and peaceful state. Reason why it suppose mind is riding in a very untamed horse, very wild horse. It's jumping, riding like that. And then how can man sit peacefully on the horse? So to ride him peacefully, like very nicely, he have to train the horse. He have to control the horse and train the horse. Same thing, when you're able to control the wind, mind naturally becomes very, very soft and peaceful. And the same thing, if you do not take care of the mind, the mind is a mind, like the person who rides the horse is crazy, he just keep whipping the horse and do like this, and then horse cannot control, it just have to run because he hitting and all this, juggling and all this. So same thing, both of them depend on each other, both of their peaceful state is depend on one another. So if you train both, it improve very effectively both. If you train one, it's affected to the other. So that's why this need to be combination training. That's why breathing yoga is, even you do, of course I'm going to talk the basic ones. The basic one is very, very effective for the beginner. So that's why it is very important.
Mind and wind is related to each other.
It's a horse and the man who ride the horse. The one who ride the horse. Mm-hmm. So, and also it's important that to run the horse and the man smoothly on the ground also should be level, and it should be free of the pebbles and the stones, right? To run the horse. So same thing, because mind and the horse, wind, need to run in the channel, wind run in your body. So this body, the channel should be perfect. They are not bent, they are not crooked, they are not blocked. So how do you normally do? That's why it's posture, physical posture. People thinking, oh, I can do this, I can do that, meditation. No, this, if you are really advanced meditator, and then you can do sleeping meditation and other things, because mind is so powerful, it can channelize the cellular energy in any way. Even if it's a band, they can do this. But for the normal people, you must have a very smooth surface of running the horse like wind energy, and men like the mind. So just run this. It's advised that 7 posture of body is very, very important. So this is 7 posture of Bhairojana, meditation posture. That's why. So reason why there is I don't go all the reason why it is important. There is 5 main wind energy. One is called upward wind energy, up moving wind energy. One is called down moving energy. One is called life force energy. These are the three most important. So downward was normally this air was in the general area, the sacral chakra. So sacral chakra. So that's why when you meditate, you have to cross your legs and sit into this lotus posture. Why the meditator command to sit on the meditation posture? People saying, oh, I have a knee problem, that problem. You can do that. Slowly also knees will stretch out, because we normally, oh, I have a knee pain, so you don't move and be careful like that. It's like, we Tibetans say it's a Thomas, Chinese Thomas. It can move slowly, otherwise it break easily. Like, don't do like that. Sometimes you have to stretch this. It's like, so we do this, what happens? When you put your lotus flower, the bottom, in the straight position, what happens? The downward wind energy immediately started channelizing into the central channel. That's what it said. So what happened then? It will be channelized, because this wind energy is related with the function of releasing, function of excretion, releasing the pee and excretion. So it's responsible that wind energy can control your pee and excretion. So what happened when you alter, you have sometimes your rectum will come out, sometimes your pee cannot control. So this because downward wind is not functioning properly, imbalanced. So that's why you sit like that, and then you breathing your when you do this will be channelized. But first sitting position, that will be balanced the downward and the upward energy. Wind energy down there. That's one thing. So okay, when you sit meditation in the posture, your back is a little bit like straight, and then your belly a little bit in forward, like you see the Amitabha Buddha. So this what happens, wind energy in the navel chakra, which is supposed to be responsible for digestion, and that will be in the balance, and it help you to having a good metabolism. You know that when you're getting older and older, your metabolism be slowed down and it's getting weak. In Tibetan and the old monks, I don't see much issue with the digestion. We don't take any enzyme tablet that we're taking. We don't take this digestion tablet. No, they're very good. They can eat anything. So basically because of that. So we have to be like this, stomach a little bit like come forward. So what happens is will be make us balance space for the navel chakra, navel energy to in the balance. That's the one thing. And then another one very important is called life force energy, wind energy. That's normally stay in our. So and when we shoulders and we stay like this, not like this. So meditation posture, when we sit like this, there is a gap between our arms, and we rest like this peaceful. What happens? Like lungs will go up, and then we make us very straight, because it's to run through the center channel. Supposed to run into the center channel. What happens? This will be help us to sustain. Life force is the most important wind energy which make us alive, and it's also prolong our lifespan, and it will be also channel. It will also revitalize rest of the affected energy. So that's why even the postures help. Okay, and then okay, now this, and then we go to meditation. So now, okay, there's a total 5. One is in the throat chakra. So we don't go this. So what happens now? Called the 9 round of breathing meditation. We what happens at first? Normally remember that to control your mind, first you need to bring your distracted mind. When normally we have a very unhealthy mind, just get distracted. It's very, very unhealthy thoughts. It just keeps coming, You know, most difficult in meditation, if you say, just close your eyes and think nothing. Most difficult. It keeps coming, and make you think yourself, really, if you see yourself, it looks really crazy. So even we cannot stay without thinking. That's why it just keeps coming, random thoughts, just coming. You have no control. So so for this, first we have to control our thoughts. So these thoughts we cannot control itself. We need some help from the wind energy. So what happens? So we use this 9 round. 9 round means breathing in, out, or you can say in, out in one nostril, or you can in, out in one right and breathe in, out in the left, or you can breathe one from the right, breathe in and out, or you can do breathe in right and release on the left. So this we will do 3 times, okay? 3 times. So 3 times, how we'll do? Breathe in, out, 1, in, out, 2, in, out, 3 from the right, and then left, in, out, 1, in, out, 2, in, out, 3. So this is second part. And third, those 6, right? Now the 3 from the both nostrils. Breathe in, inhaling, exhaling, 1, inhaling, exhaling, 2, inhaling, exhaling, 2. So remember, the best time to do is empty stomach or early morning. Early morning, when you just wake up from your bed and wash your face or whatever that you do, and clean a little bit, and then relax your body, and then start it and sit in the meditation posture, and then normally we do like this. So that's the common practice. They have other way. You don't need, but can you do? Everybody do like this, please, and don't do like this. Just do close this. Close your finger. Don't do like this. Do this. Put back. Cover like this. Yeah, like this. Now fingers up, index finger up, okay? Now first we do from the right, okay? And put here in near the armpit, and put here first in the right, okay? We breathe in and out. First we do on only one side, okay? And mouth closed. When you breathe in, breathe slowly, gently, very softly. Be mindful, be aware, mindful, and gently breathe in. Breathe in and fill up your lungs and stomach or whatever that you blow out. And hold a little bit. Hold a little bit, and then gently release. Slowly, softly, slowly release like that. Okay. So we do, okay, we do first, I think, yeah, we do I think breathe in from the left, release from the right. This I think more makes sense because it's go into 1 cycle, okay? So and then what you think I will tell you later. Okay, first everybody put in the right armpit, make sure you're in the right armpit, yes, and breathe in, okay? Breathe, yeah, put in the right nostril and start from the left. And put in here, put below your here. No.
I'll be low.
You are not shooting. You are like here. Put this in under your feet, right? Yes. Yeah, because it's more comfortable. You see, if you breathe like this, it's very uncomfortable. So you breathe like this. It will bring more comfortable to your body. Okay, yes. Now, breathe in.
hold your breath and then do this. Don't change the position, just like this. Okay, bring from here, just bring back like this. Here, just do, yeah, exactly. Do this. Right now, breathe in and do this. Okay, and breathe in slowly. Okay, breathe in. The first thing you notice, your body started getting warm up. Do you notice? When you started breathing like that, your body immediately getting warm up. So
thầy chỉ cho chúng ta là tiến triển thở. Thì thứ nhất đó là chúng ta thở bằng cái mũi bên tay trái, xong rồi ngừng lại tí xíu, xong mình để cái ngón tay để mà thở ra bằng cái mũi bên tay phải 3 lần như vậy, để chúng ta hít vô thật là sâu đến nỗi mà cái bụng của mình nó phình ra, xong chúng ta ngừng rồi chúng ta mới thở ra từ từ. Cái đó chúng ta tập ra 3 lần, xong ngược lại thì chúng ta sẽ làm 3 lần như vậy, nhưng mà hít vô cái mũi bên tay phải và thở ra bên tay trái, để cái ngón tay của chúng ta thì chúng ta chuyển chèn như vậy, chứ chúng ta đừng có chuyển qua chuyển lại, tức là chúng ta cái tác động của chúng ta càng ít càng tốt. Dạ, như vậy chúng ta tập 3 lần bên tay phải.
Don't do this.
Chỉ để
Just
nhẹ
do
thôi. Dạ.
and this, press like this. Move this. And some people do like this. Just do like, because we need a comfortable position, comfortable posture. And then now, and after do you three times, and then you now change the position. Now do this. Okay, and do this, and okay, we breathe in slowly. Just forget everything and just feel the air go in, and then maybe it flow inside and go fill up the whole thing, and then push from the right side, like you feel the air. Just focus hold your mind in the breath. Okay, 1 2 3, slowly. Okay, take slowly. Don't do that. Okay, slowly. Hold. Okay, breathe one time. Okay. One more. Okay. Now you your both hands put on your knee. So this is one technique to do this movement. This I think don't do that, because normally some people teach like this. Press little bit and then to make it more comfortable. But I think beginning we don't spoil our nose. So what we do, we just hold like this and sit there and comfortably and close your mouth. Don't like just normally like that. And then now breathe slowly. It's like you think like breathing from very deep like this. Like that. So yeah, okay, we breathe in and breathe in, hold. Just hold 1 second and then breathe out gently. Okay? Yeah, 1 2 3. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Okay, like this. Now I will tell you how to think when you breathe in and out. So Buddhism, when we use breathing, we don't. I told you we don't use this as just a health. We use this as a purification. We have to purify, right? Buddhism, to become enlightened, whole purpose of meditation, yoga, whatever, we try to do to purify ourselves. Purify what? Purify mind. Mind is polluted with what? Huh?
Poison.
Huh?
Mind is polluted to the poison. To poison. Up.
3%. Very good, very good. Buddha. That's good. So mind is basically always polluted with 3%. What are the 3%? We have discussed, yeah. First one is ignorance. Ignorance leads to attachment and hatred. So you can say hatred, you can say anger, you can say aversion, and another one we say attachment, craving, desire. These are synonyms. So words are similar. It is all the same meaning. So we suffer with these 3%. So when we purify these 3%, so okay, this symbolic. What are the symbolic form of this symbolic? What you see? What is the ignorance symbolic? Symbolic of ignorance. Ignorance symbolized by who? Normally we put the pictures. Monkeys? No. Pig. Pig is the symbolic form of ignorance. You know why? Pig is so ignorant that he just dig everything. Whether it's dirty or clean, he's just digging and then eat the dirty things also. He is so ignorant. Pig. Even pig, the person who killed the pig, he comes in the like that. They're so ignorant. And the pig is symbolized ignorance. And then attachment symbolized by normally birds. Birds are very attached. They're full of desire. The bird, So bird normally is symbolic by rooster. Rooster is symbolic by attachment or desire. And then hatred or anger, symbolic form is the snake. So, okay, if you are very ignorant person, normally if you do not purify ignorance, if you born in the animal, you're bound to born in the pig. Normally, if you are very angry person or very aggressive person, you're likely to born in the snakes. Really, snakes' nature is always, attacking. They try to give the food, they also like that. So this symbolic. Now, when you breathe in out like that, first you have to remove ignorance. This ignorance is like masculine form of energy. It's very strong, very strong negative energy. So what happens when you from the left? First when you breathe in, you breathe in all the Buddha's blessings and energy and all the energy, life force. You breathe in, and when you breathe out from the right, you think that you breathe out all the ignorance in the form of sorry. First is not ignorance. Sorry. First is called masculine. First you took the attachment. So attachment, when you breathe in all the Buddha's blessing and wisdom mind on all this. You just breathe in and then breathe out in the form of ash color. Ash color, you see the ash color? It's like gray, form of gray like smoke. That is form of the rooster, in the form of rooster. No, sorry. First is a feminine, masculine. There is not rooster. There is a snake. Snake in the form of the dark, this anger, like. So just throw out all that form of in the ash color snake like shape. Throw all, and that was followed by all our sickness, obstacles, all the impurity, your angry feeling, all this just push out. You think like that, and at 3 rounds from right, left, and right throughout. Now, if you second time when you breathe in from the right, also breathe the same thing, wisdom, energy, and merit, and all the healing energy. You breathe in, and fill up your whole body, and so that your body was filled up with the good energy. Now you throw out all the bad energy with the form of masculine energy, in the red form. Red form in the form of rooster. Just throw out it, and then you throw all the sicknesses, especially, particularly you have certain sickness in your body, like whatever the sickness you have, just throw out all in the red form of red color, just throw out, and then you feel the healed all your wounds, all your affected energy and blockage, everything you do. Last one, when you breathe in together, you just also breathe all the Buddha's wisdom energy, blessing, healing energy, merit, and all the healing energy, and breathe in and breathe out, all in the form of dark black color, in the form of pink. And exhale, and then that was just, it pulls all the also sickness, sadness, fear, confusion, all because this all come rise by ignorance, right? So it's all just, if you have a guilty, sometimes you have a guilty about what you have done, sometimes you have a fear that might be in, and you are thinking it could be past experience fear, or you are worried about a future experience, and all this just blow out. Okay, so this is when you breathing exercise. Of course, normally normal yoga they don't say this, but if you are truly Buddhist practitioner, you use every breathing as a purification form. So this is also purification. And then even you breathe in, you can also if you are particularly doing some compassion practice, you breathe in all the Buddha's compassion in the form of mantra, in the form of this mantra with all the radiated light, and all the mantra just dissolve in you, and you fill up all your body with the compassion and all the sadness, anger. If you are really like, it depends on your situation. If sometimes you
Rinpoche, the first one is we visualize that is from the rooster.
Rooster. No, rooster. That one's a snake.
That's on the snake.
Yeah, first one is masculine energy.
Uh-huh.
Masculine energy is very strong. It's like snake. Like, so men's are very aggressive, little bit like masculine.
And the color red?
Color is a gray. Second, rooster is a red. There's a desire or attachment. Last one is a black. It's a pink. Color is a black and pink.
Okay.
And the earth, yeah, you finished?
Yeah. Rinpoche is that we need to know like the first one, on the first three one is that on the
No. First we put the right, okay? Right. Always use the right. Right, we block the right. So it started breathing the left. Left.
Mình hít vào bên tay trái có nghĩa là mình che, tại vì cái bàn tay lúc đầu tiên chúng ta dùng
Red.
tay phải, chúng ta phải che cái lỗ mũi bên tay phải trước, thì bây giờ chúng ta mới hít được bên tay trái, đúng không?
Okay,
Yeah.
it's clear.
That's the first three is
It's anger.
the first three.
First three, you breathe in, out, anger. Breathe in all the healing energy and the wisdom and all this. And so they have a specific instruction, but we do the general one. Okay, this and then we will be confused. And throw out all the anger. And also here, if you sometimes you angry, you throw out your anger. Okay, I don't need this. This makes me crazy. Oh, let throw. And if you make other people angry and you don't angry, and the other people in your family, your people who walk with you, and you see the people who angry with you, and also you visualize that they anger will, because of your practice, they will be bring the love in their heart, and they throw all the anger. And then you should be, when you angry, how you feel, how you hurt, right? Same thing, if any person who get hurt, angry, they can go through all these pains. So you should have or misunderstanding or attitude to have make this uncle. Please, Buddha bless him and me to see the compassion in our heart, like that. And then you feel, and not only that person, how many people are get angry with each other? We don't want to suffer, but we always like that. Like that, and then have a strong compassion. We all ignorance. Everybody, we don't need to angry. We don't need to suffer. We don't know how to control that. It's so sad. How many days we angry. Even the anger, you tell, I shouldn't get angry like that. If all beings are like that, even many of them, even they don't think it's they can remove this like that. Then you can even sometimes you can cry, and it is please bless me to help all this angry person like that. And then what happens? Your energy will grow. Even you have some anger, you can immediately, what a stupid how ignorant I am. I have a whole power to control my emotion, to release this anger, but still I'm holding and suffer myself. And people like that, you have to be strong feeling. Then what happens? Your mind was informed, mind was training like that. What happened? Next time, if anything happens, of course in your whole life, anything happened, right? You will not angry easily. You know that it's how painful. What happens? Otherwise, normally you don't take care that much. Little things happen here, angry. Here, little things, angry. And then what happens? Angry. Then it's become habit. Even little things turn like that, you angry. Why is like that? Like that. And then you're even in family, and something happen, little things happen. It's nothing serious. Keep here, keep there, walk there, and nothing happens. Even sometimes trouble will put here. You're angry. This has become habit, and then you don't waste that energy like that, because it's immense of negative karma. It's instant anger destroy 500 years of karma, good karma. And we don't have that. We don't have any, physically we have no proof. We cannot see with our ordinary perception, so we don't believe, we don't care that much. But remember this, sometimes you try to be very good, nothing works, all looks like collapse. Because of that energy was so, negative energy is so powerful, it's affected very, and then what happens? We can use all the problem that you have in your life. Every time you may have a different problem, so that time you should think and use those to clean or to train your mind. This is the one thing with the yoga. Okay, now the meditation part is the most important. It's basically what you are trying to do is, because our mind is like crazy, like monkey. That's a very famous, all these meditation teachers, they say, hey, monkey mind. So we are very easy to understand what the monkey mind is doing. Is what the monkey is, what kind of monkey, monkey's behavior. So it's like constantly jumping. Same thing over mind. It's like it's just jumping in different thoughts. Every minute, you have no rest. It keeps jumping. Even you when you are asleep, it's still jumping. You know why? How you know? Because you have many dreams. And many of us we think, oh, I have this dream, I see this, I have this dream very bad, and we have become superstitious. It's nothing, it's just a repeated mind just reflected in the cellular consciousness. This is a dream state. So what happens, sometimes maybe they have some indication, if the majority of them is not related with this, okay? So what happens, since mind happiness, now there's two obstacles there. One is the mind is become a very, called this mind, agitation, mental excitement. So what happens is excited means doesn't mean it's like joy or excited, it's not like that. What happens, mind just, even you not think, it just pop up all the kind of things. And then it take you here, there, in the mentally. That's one thing. Second, if you're not thinking, mind become very dull. It's a mental dullness, we call this mental singing. So there's no clarity for what you're thinking. There's no clear. You're totally distracted with these two obstacles. So when you meditate, these two are the main problems. And then this, mental singing just make your mind blurry and make mind singing or sleepy. And the mental agitation or excitement, this is the one of the most, the beginner, this is the most one of the difficult. Reason why? Because when you have a mental excitement, at that time, normally what happens, you go back in the future or you back into the past experience or future imagination. And both the future and past imagination, past experience, the future imagination, most of these experience you are not experiencing the good ones. Oh, I have a wonderful, the last year time, oh, so blessing. You don't think like that. Oh, what a terrible time that, like you are thinking, oh, bad experience, keep bringing it in. And also you're thinking that our future is not happen, nothing. There's a Zen master always said, try to be in the present moment. What the present moment is that everybody, we have only one choice to see over mind. That is only present moment that you can see, you can touch. You can not touch, you can see it, experience, feel. But what happens in this present moment, we waste with bringing the future problem, which is imaginary, and past experience, which that is already gone, nothing we can do. And then bring this and ruin all this present very moment, this moment. So in this moment, if you, whatever the condition experience, if you stay there and be aware and watch your emotion and all this, forget the past, don't bring the future imagination and stay in the present moment. It's very peaceful, very peaceful. So your mind should be aware, whether you all young, busy. If you train mind like this, what happens? Mind is the good thing about mind is mind can trainable. It's like clay, you can make any shape. Buddha said in the sutra. Bad thing is because it's very untamed, because we spoil it. It's spoiling baby, it just keep running. And then if running is no problem, okay, but it's bring a lot of problems. All the problem you have. So that's why you have to sit your own baby seat and so this is the one thing. So you see the technique. Now how can I tackle and overcome, or I train these two things? What are the two obstacles? Mental dullness or singing. It makes you blurry. And mental one is most difficult one is for the beginner, mental excitement. Mental excitement is like just randomly it keeps come up. So we have to not too tight. No, yeah, So first do this.
For all of us, when we meditate, what happens? This called perception or thoughts. You try to meditate, it keeps coming. Then all this just coming, started coming, all the different thoughts. When this happen, they have two kind of thoughts. Okay, two kind of thoughts. One is called just a random imaginary thoughts, which are unhealthy. They should be cut like the sword. If something, something just come up in your way, and if you throw the sword, and it's just cut it, right? So thought, that's why you have to, if something pops up, like let's say, if you started meditating and then some imagine or some face of your dear one loved one just pop up, just cut it. Means just not think on that. Stop thinking that. This is one emotion. So the Buddha said, if anything that just pop up randomly, they are cut with the sword of thought. With the mind and awareness is like sword. It's just cut and then focus on your object. Object we talk later. This one thing is easy. Another one is just called this habitual thoughts. Habitual thoughts are because you have some for a long time, some feeling, and then it comes slowly, come there, and it's just like. So this is, you shouldn't cut this. You cannot cut this. This is just a habitual mental pattern. So for this, what you have to do, you have to just ignore, just let it come, but don't focus on that. It is like your mind should be like the sky. Just meditate on your breath, and then what happens? Black clouds, raining clouds, white clouds, yellow clouds. Oh, they just come, and then just disappear. Go. But sky don't hold those. It just come and then go. Same thing, these thoughts will just come and they just disappear. And it's like Buddha said that when this should be treated with like the ocean wave. When ocean waves come, you can control. Just leave it and then it's dissolved itself back, right? In the thought just pop up, then it's dissolved back itself. If you give attention and try to make it more active and serious and give your attention, then what happens is started hanging there. And normally what we're not aware, we not use our other introspection mind. What is our mind is thinking about that, we're not aware. We just keep thinking. So what happens? Awareness give you your introspection mind to, oh, don't do that. Just ignore. Like that. So in the meditation, true most important is awareness, aware, and called introspection. Introspection is checking the awareness, whether awareness is really focusing on the object or not. You understand? Make sense? So before you meditate, you should know all these conditions and these characteristic. What are you have to do? Otherwise, people thinking if you close eyes and think nothing and you're meditating. No, never improve. Only thing is maybe sleep. That's it. So of course, those people who have a sleeping problem, then they cannot do it. If you meditate, they become more helpful. So there's not much. So first you need those things. When you have all this everything, if you want to make a pho, you need noodle, you need tofu, all need everything you have. You can make a pho, very good pho. If you have no vegetable, no soup, no noodle, how are you going to make a pho? Right? Same thing. If you have a meditation, people thinking, oh, this is not easy. He keep talking all this all time, and you never keep in mind. They never care that much. It is looking at some master come in. Okay, boom, you meditate, and tomorrow you are very good meditator. Never gonna walk that way. So he said that. Okay, I need to use this. I need to use this. I
I need to do this. And then what happened? One day you improve. Second way, first day you may not remember everything, and then you keep thinking, you remember. Your mind becomes now aware. Oh, now I need to use my awareness. Oh my gosh, it's coming. Oh, I need to be not focus that. Oh, I need to not think that. So your mind is training itself and being aware with itself. And then after a few months you will be really good meditator. Like that. Then what happens? It will be bring more peace. When the mind be more peace, you want to become more. You want to do more meditation. Then your husband or wife, like that. You can do this. Very gentle. And then when you lonely, you meditate. You feel very lonely. Oh, you meditate for all the sensation big. Oh. Like that, you never feel lonely. You have so much to take care. If you don't meditate, you only worry about your husband and wife. Then he die. Oh, die of the lonely. Oh, there's 7 billion people, but he's still worried. Oh, why I'm not try before him? And then I have so much pain. Maybe I try soon. And then worry, and then you become very miserable. If you learn meditation, like that, very peaceful. Really.
Also, first one you mentioned about is a random thought.
Yeah, it's a random thought. Second is called habitual thought. Habitual means you have habit of this thinking, like through your personal experience, or you have that for a long time. It's become your habit, mental habit. Most of them, something imaginary comes up, pop up. Why are you thinking something that pop up? Okay, now I told what you get boring. So I think you got the basic idea. Okay, now what we do? Now we do the meditation. Okay, so meditation first technique, the mindfulness, be aware. Awareness is the most important. Okay, so object of meditation, normally object of meditation in the sutra most powerful is we give a Buddha's image. Because even you 1 second you think about Buddha image, it's purified 500 years of negative karma. But we don't believe, or we don't have a convince that. But so if you can, and also don't imagine the big Buddha statue or big Buddha picture. What happens? More the object will be smaller. What happens? Your mind become more sharp and more stronger. It says that when you have a mind was scattered, it's like river which is flow all everywhere, very shallow, and it has no force. What happens when all this scattered water or flow put together, and it's very strong, very powerful. Same thing, mind, if you have become very gross, it has no power. If it become more subtle and more sharp, more subtle, then what happens is a lot of energy. It can control anything. So here object, normally you when you okay with you meditate for quite long, and then you build up the ability to meditation, you can use the Buddhas. Now beginner always say that it's easy to feel something, so that's why we use the breathing. And breathing has also there is six type of breathing meditation. Breathe and then meditate. But 3 of them are related with the inside meditation, so we don't go this. But first 3 is called shamatha meditation. So mind can calm and control. The first one is just place. First is place. Second is follow. Third is replace. The first, so we go to the first one and the second one. First one is place, means you just when you breathe, instead meditating on your breath, just be aware, breathing in So it's the same teva. Teva means mind placed. Mind placed. So place on what? Your breath. Focus on that. That. Second. Third one is follow. Third one is how you follow. Breathe in. You notice. Breathe in. So go down. Just and it, from your nostril go down and all growth to until it's but just wind all the breath in the form of wind energy go down until your feet drop. Feet drop. Can you do it? Can you? It's like until go down to your feet. For this, and breathe in, and then your mind had to follow the breath, and then go down all the down to the feet. Yeah, go all down to feet. It's just to follow the mind because it's about to that. Now after that, and then last one is you now after follow all this. Now mind can just it's like we can take wherever the mind want go. First is give attention, right? Just place is just give attention. Second, it can, if we take wherever it can follow. So mind is now in our control. It looks like our control. Now third one, when you have, then you place in some place. So normally what happens, this is with Tantra Yoga, I'm not sure we do this, but you breathe in, go down until here and go down into navel chakra. Below the navel chakra, whole day, mind whole day. In Tantra we have a visualization and then we don't go this. Just whole day and you feel some kind of heat on the here, be there. So what happens? Where the mind rests, there the wind just stays. Wind energy stays. When the wind energy stays and then mind stays. And then you can feel it slowly you feel there. So we do this. First technique is just be aware, okay? Breathe in. Yeah. So first we do the meditation. No. Just no, object to meditation. Object to meditation usually. No. I just generally share. I share generally when you good at meditation. Those who have meditation for a long time with the breathing, you have very good meditation. Meditation training. I say generally use the object of the Buddha image. So Buddha image, you don't think like this, the solid one. You should think that in the form of light. Okay, so what happens if you think like solid, then it's become like grasping for the every intrinsic nature. That's not good. So just think in the like form of rainbow color, and it's a clear crystal light. You cannot touch, but you can see. Radiated light in the form of in the Buddha, pure and small one. It's like some people say it's like the pea. It's a side of pea in your heart on the lotus flower, and lotus flower on top of that you think the mundis on a mundis in the center of mundis, and then you see this very clean clear Buddha image. And then your mind will look at the Buddha image, just place like that. So this.
We doing the breathing meditation.
No. First, I'm just saying this generally. General, but in the breathing meditation we do the first breathing. Okay. First you say generally. This is generally. I think we practice. Okay. We do this the first three. First we do the yoga and to focus, and then after that we started meditating. Just first is just to follow, okay? Okay, we do that. Everybody.
Chúng ta tập như vậy á, bắt đầu tập yoga nha, xong rồi
Yeah.
cái thiền.
Put on the under the right hand. Okay. Breathe in three times. Okay. Change. Okay, now stay and breathe. Okay, now we meditate. Meditate, what we do, we just try to observe try to look, try to be aware, to see you breathe in, out 5 minutes, okay? Just forget everything and just focus your mind on your breath. First, just normally it's called count, follow, stay, abide. But we don't count because counting was sometimes destructive, and you have done the many counting. So I read 5 minutes and it's straight, okay? And then your hand rests like this, okay? And the left hand below, right hand above, and touch the thumb together like Amitabha Buddha.
Dạ,
And
chúng ta
then
nhìn cái tượng Phật á, thì
touch in
đặt
your
cánh tay phải và
navel,
để trên cái tay
navel.
trái và hai cái ngón cái đụng vào nhau.
below the navel, and rest like this.
Lưng phải thẳng.
And
Lưng
then
thẳng,
don't do
tay
this.
mới thẳng.
Just do this.
Và
Do this.
dạ,
Okay.
gợt ưỡn ra.
And 5 minutes, okay? Okay? Uh-huh.
Dạ, chúng ta chú tâm thiền hơi thở 5 phút. Và
Okay.
ngồi thật là đúng. Cái tay chúng ta để dưới cái chân chứ không có để cao lên.
If there's a distraction, of course, don't think about it. Just be aware in your breath.
Đừng có nghĩ gì hết, chỉ để ý tới hơi thở mà thôi.
Oh, okay. Open your, and some people say
Just rub your face and massage your eyes, like this. It's like, you just collect the energy and this and then you put back in your face, through the face and then your body. So
now, so we have just time is running out. So I think this is a very basic but very easy, very
effective. So please, if you do this, and next year by now, your physical body and mentally you will be more peaceful, and you can feel a lot of joy and peace in your mind. So please keep doing this. Even one day you may not comfortable, 2 days you may not comfortable, and slowly you will be enjoying and you will be feel the peace. This is one thing. Second, I would like to suggest all the devotee. Your mind should be like the mountain. Buddha said that. Your mind should be like mountain. And big mountains, wind, or whatever happening in the environment, they don't move, right? They're very steady. So mind, if you are really good practitioner, really if you want to have peaceful in your mind should be like mountain. The reason why I'm saying, the reason why the Buddha has said, because normally our mind become very, very light. It can easily affected by anything in our life, So we have so many windy situation, like people through our years, people seeing things, unpleasant things for personal reason, for a family reason, we have affected very easily. So what happens? Our mind easily disturbed, easily get upset, easily get affected because of our children, because of our husband, wife, because of our job stress, and because of our day-to-day activity. It's easily affected. When you're easily affected, what happens? Even your meditation, a time of meditation maybe okay, but you 24 hours you cannot sit like that, okay? So maybe you have 30 minutes, 1 hour you may do morning, and then rest of your life you have to be in this public. So in public, all of them are not bodhisattva, all of them are not meditator like you. So you have a lot of this. So what happens at that time? I watch my mind. I will be aware of my emotion, watch my emotion, and if something comes up, I shouldn't get affected easily. And you just things happen. Just try to not affect your emotion, because you are supposed to bring peace in your emotion. So it's easily affected. Then purpose of meditation will not this. So whatever purpose of meditation is to not affect it easily. You like like it's you should mind resist. It's called the all proof. I don't know how to, but there was it should be resistant from noise, resistant from the visual things that happen, and also resist from all other unpleasant feelings. Then what happens? You become very steady and not much affected. What happens then is you will not create many negative karma. Otherwise, it keeps coming, and then you thinking, other people are creating for you. It's no, because your mind is the one who has to control, right? Not other people's, right? So this, I think, like for me also, the main thing when we practice Buddha's teaching, is main thing is to watch our mind, not get easily influenced by other people's, and not get affected. It's affected. It's become very emotional. When it's become emotion, what happens is immediately become the negative influence. Negative influence, then we may get angry, sad, upset. This for everybody, not for one person. Everybody have that kind of situation. So at that time you watch this. Meditation is not only of this. At that time you watch carefully, like that. I shouldn't have like, and then one day you do this, 2 days you do this, 3rd day you do this, and then your mind become more healthy, and then your mind become more positive, more healthy, more peace, less anger or less aggressive or less agitation. Less agitation means less negative karma. Less negative karma, that's all Buddha wants to practice us, right? Buddha wants nothing. Buddha wants us to not indulging in negative emotion, because it's created negative karma. Negative karma brings you more suffering, more pain, not in this moment, but in your future life. So that's all matters. Doesn't matter how much even you do sutra or mantra, blah 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 blah. If you have not watched your emotion, that is the biggest problem. It brings the maximum suffering for us. Of course, sometimes you have immediately you affected. This we are not Buddha. It's okay. But oh yeah, I should take it. Immediately you forget. Immediately, easily you change. Then benefit for you. Sometimes it's very heavy. You hold, and then it's become very painful. Okay. So thank you. I wrap up here. Thank you for all your attention and being here to spend tonight with me. And I hope you learned something. And then most important, please try this in your home every day, at least 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You will see the benefit. Okay. So thank you.